Okay, I'm just gonna quickly show off some minor stuff. So before I had already done the slime animation, the walking back and forth, and now I added in a transition animation so that when it hits a wall, it picks like a starting frame, and then like basically when it hits a wall, it wants to flip, but if I were to just flip it, it wouldn't look smooth. So I pick a starting, it hits the wall and then it waits until it hits a certain frame, and then it transitions to a flipped version of it on a different frame. So if you watch it, when it hits the wall, okay, right now it's going right and the shine is on the left side. Now it'll play the transition and now the shine's on the right side, right? So now it's moving, now it'll play the transition and the shine's on the left side now. So it's just a way of making it smoother. And I was thinking about redoing the shine because when I first animated it, I forgot that when I flip it, like the shine will be on one side or the other, and I was thinking maybe I should just put the shine on the top. But I think it's fine the way it is. It just doesn't really make as much sense when the lighting changes depending on the direction it goes, but it's fine. Like, I don't really care. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. That's what it's going to actually look like in the real game. This will be like the most basic slime enemy that all it'll do is walk back and forth. It won't go up any walls. It won't do any attacks, and you'll just be able to jump on it like a Goomba in Mario. Right now, I can't do anything with it though. But in the future, I'm going to add in other slimes with different colors, and then actually I can show you that now. And then they'll have like different feet, like different abilities and stuff. But this is just the most basic slime. If I wanted to change the color, I can do that easily. Oop, is that it? No. So right now the slime is green. I could make it, how do I do pink? Say, oops. Oh yeah, that's pink. Let's just see what that looks like. So like the different slimes will share some of the same animations, but each different type of slime will have its own color. So that would be like what pink would look like. Yeah, and then I'll just show the actual transition animation. So like in the code, I define the starting and ending frame. So I'll say when it turns, it starts on frame 16 and it ends on the flipped version at frame 10. So here is frame 16. It's actually frame 15 because I start at 0, whereas here it's 16. But so it'll be going left here, and then it'll hit frame 16, and then this part is the new animation that I added. And then now it's flipped and it's starting at frame 10. So now like the shine's on the left side here, whereas shine's on the right side here. So it's actually transitioning between both. So I had to do like a little bit of a bounce. It's kind of the same as before. See, this is the new part here. I just added a little bit of a bounce because I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want it to squash against the wall because I was thinking about that, but I want them to be able to like walk back and forth at like the top of platforms, like right here, for example. So I want to use that turn animation when it turns here. So if I were to squash it against the wall, it would look weird. So I just do like a little bit of a bounce. And then if you look at the feet, they overshoot a bit and then turn back. So they go like a little bit further and then they ease their way back. It's kind of hard to see, but right here they've overshot. So anyway, now at least that slime will appear in the actual game. And at least now I've got like some really basic animations done that'll appear in the actual game. This would be like, kind of want to get it as yellow. Yeah. Do C. So anyway, so that was the first thing I wanted to show was the slime animation. Yeah, I'll just show this other color too. So that's like what a yellow might look like. I should maybe go full screen. But yeah, so then the other thing I was working on, I mentioned like a bunch of times that I've been cleaning up my old code. So right now, I cleaned up the rat, the slime, the player, and the camera. And now pretty much all that's left is the NPC that I showed earlier. So I had to like basically just do a bunch of better programming essentially. But yeah, so one cool thing is that now that I've cleaned up the player, I went ahead and fixed up the logic for the hair. So now in pretty much every scenario, the hair will transition properly. So, you know, if I'm on the ground, I'm running, I slide, I turn around, and I jump, and then I land. Like those are all like, you know, it'll always, instead of just flipping it, it'll like play a transition animation. And then you can look at like the head, the hair on the head too. That'll also play a transition animation. So no matter what I do, it'll always transition to where it needs to go. Yeah, and then that was like a lot of work to add in, to recode the whole player and fix up the hair logic, because the hair logic right now it's not too complicated, but it could easily get more complicated as I add in more features for the player. So I wanted it to be at least reasonably done well. Like it's basically one of the more important parts of the code, because you look at the hair like all the time. So I just wanted to do a good job on it. And there's like a few edge cases I'm not taking care of. For example, I can now queue up animations. So like normally I don't need to. Like here I can just decide which animation to play and then play it. But sometimes like the hair is above and I want it to like the hair is like on its way up, and then all of a sudden I land on the ground. So now like I have to finish going up and then go down. So for example, if I just run and land really briefly and then fall off again, it'll go down, go up, and then go down. And it's queuing them up in a certain order so that it doesn't just cut through half of an animation. So yeah, like the queuing part was kind of hard. Just the general logic for like which one gets played is quite tricky. And then I can also turn around in the air. So like if I'm falling and I turn, it'll figure out which one to play. Pretty much always it'll know. I can even turn on my way up now. So like if I'm jumping up and then I turn, it'll play, I share the ground turn. There's a turn on the ground and a turn on the top. Turn on the bottom and turn on the top. So I can like turn on my way up and then turn on my way down too, like this. Turn on my way up and then turn on my way down. And it'll just pretty much always look smooth. And this turning in the air was something I was originally not going to do, I mentioned earlier. And then I decided like, oh, it's worth a try because it's so important. Right there was a little edge case where like if I turn and then turn again, it gets messed up. There's a few small places where it can still get messed up, but this is like almost what I want. I still have to make some minor improvements still. But yeah, oh yeah, and like I've already mentioned this a lot of times, but the hair is just a rough draft. I'm waiting until I get the actual player animation in until I do a good job on the hair. So right now the hair, even though I put a lot of work into it, it's still simply a rough draft. it's just generally moving in the right way, whereas the actual hair will be more detailed and better. And like there's still some choppiness, like when it comes to I don't know, like basically the transitions will be even smoother in the real thing. But yeah, having the hair like work is quite nice. It's like a kind of like a milestone, because I've been working on it for a long time, so this is the first time where it actually works. Like all the case scenarios, pretty much all except a few edge cases now work. But yeah, the player is going to be a real person filmed on a green screen, and the rats are also going to be real rats filmed on a green screen. And then pretty much everything else is going to be animated, like the slime. Oh no, there's a bug there. If you saw briefly, I was on the ground and my hair was above. That was bad. But in most cases, everything works. I'm going to have to do some bug hunting and eventually fix these little bugs, which is going to be tricky. But at least for the most part, everything works right now. But yeah, I'm waiting until I get the actual real rat and the real woman in before I do like a good job on the hair animation. But anyway, so that was what I was working on, just recoding the player, doing the slime transition, and then getting all the hair to work again. Because on the old version of the character, the hair was actually pretty broken. And I didn't have like a queuing up system where I can like queue up, like when one's not done, I can like add it to the queue. But yeah. So anyway, I guess that's all for now. I'm gonna probably get, like, now that I'm done cleaning stuff up, I'm now gonna be able to add in more new features. Whereas like lately, I've been there hasn't been that much totally new stuff as of late, but getting pretty close to the point where I can start adding, like, doing better progress, where I can like get more like new stuff in. So anyway, that's it for now. I'll be back either one or two. I'm gonna try to do once or twice a week, or once a week, or once every other week. So see you later.